Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at. So we're going to be doing something a little different, short 3 to 5 minute teaching videos instead of the longer ones that can go into 20 minutes, unless you give me feedback that you like those more. We're going to do kind of short ones. And today I wanted to start just with a question I was thinking. What if I told you that your brain has been quietly practicing your migraines and your headaches, like every single day? Not on purpose, but through a process so powerful that even Pavlov figured this out over 100 years ago. Your nervous system is one of the most sophisticated learning machines on the planet, way more impressive than AI. And sometimes it learns the wrong things. Like AI, it can hallucinate, right? And today I'm going to show you exactly how your brain got conditioned into a migraine pattern, and more importantly, how to break it. And hey, real quick, if this is already blowing your mind a little or it sounds different than anything you've heard from anyone else about migraines and headaches or your nervous system, hit that like button and subscribe because I post videos. We're going to post more of these more frequently on these short ones. So you want to be getting those for your notifications. Okay, so back to it. So you've probably heard of Pavlov and his dogs, right? So he would ring a bell every single time that he fed the dogs. And eventually those dogs started salivating or drooling just from the ring of the bell. No food involved, just the bell. And that's what we call a conditioned response. Now, there's a lot of neurological things going on in your brain that he was doing over time. And so I want you to think about this for yourself, and something you've probably never been told, but your brain does the exact same thing with migraines. So every time you got a migraine or a headache on a Monday morning when you woke up, or maybe before a stressful work week, your brain filed that away. And every time, like maybe you smelled a certain perfume and then got a migraine the next day, it got filed in your brain. Red wine, bright lights, the smell of rain, your brain learns to fire off the migraine response to all of these cues, even when the cue itself never even had anything to do with a migraine or to cause it or trigger it in the first place. Now, yes, sometimes your nervous system is oversensitive and it does trigger it, but oftentimes this is not a coincidence or a pattern. It's conditioning within your brain. And so here's the neuroscience in plain English for you. So your nervous system, it has a built-in alarm system. Its job is to protect you. And so when it detects something it has previously associated with a threat that causes a migraine, whether that's a stress or a smell or a food or a sound or the lights or exercise, any of it, it can fire off this cascade of neurological events and it leads to a migraine or a headache. Not because the trigger is actually dangerous, but because your brain has been wired through repetition to respond that way. We call that neuroplastic pain. Neuro meaning brain or nervous system, and plastic means changeable, like plastic that can be molded into many different shapes. Your brain actually physically rewires itself based on repeated experiences. But here's the good news. What has wired can be unwired or rewired. So there are three main ways that conditioned migraine responses develop. The first, or number one, is repetition. The more times your brain fires the migraine pattern, the stronger the neural pathways become. Think of it like walking on a hiking trail. The more people that walk it, the more worn it gets in. And then so number two is going to be emotions, actually. This gets missed because in today's world, I feel like most people stay surface level and they don't go deep into their emotions, but they're there. The research says that we experience about 10 to 12,000 different emotional states, which can mean you could experience fear 2,000 times in one day, or worry, or sadness, or anger, but 12,000 changes in one day. And so these high emotional states, whether it's fear, anxiety, anger, it actually accelerates that conditioning process within your brain. And this is why migraines often cluster around high stressful periods of your life. And so the number three reason is going to be anticipation. So this one's sneaky. Just expecting a migraine or thinking about one always, if you think I always get one on Sundays, that actually increases the likelihood of it happening. Your brain hears that belief and prepares the body to match it. So how do you go about breaking this crazy cycle? This is what we call neuroplasticity. And it's your brain's ability to rewire at any age. I don't care how long you've been walking on this planet, you can still rewire. It's not magic, it's neuroscience. And when you stop reinforcing the old patterns and you start introducing new ones through things like nervous system regulation, brain retraining practices, and changing the beliefs and the meaning that you attach to your migraines. I'm going to say that again because that kind of feels like soft stuff, but there's a lot of neuroscience there. Changing the beliefs and meaning that you attach to your migraines. You can literally create new neural pathways, new trails on that map. And the old ones, they start to grow over. The grass grows back over them. I've seen this happen with my own clients and in my own life. Your brain learned this and it can unlearn it too. If you want to go deeper and actually start rewiring your migraine patterns, I have a completely free masterclass training. We call it the Migraine Reset and Rewire training. It's about 43 minutes. The link's probably on our profile, or if I can get to it, put it in the description here. But definitely check out our profile. The link should be in there. It's going to show you the exact system that I use with myself and with clients to get to the root cause of your sensitive nervous system that's become a learned or conditioned response. So check it out. It can change everything for you. And remember, first and foremost, and lastly, take care of yourself first. Not because you're selfish. Actually, it's the most selfless thing you can do. Take care of yourself first because you can't pour from an empty cup. I'll see you in the next one.